Hey, welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday to you. As you can see, we're going to get things started off today with a good start to the week. 4 returns that came in today. I was pretty stoked when I looked at Informed Delivery to see 4 returns. Last week was a little bit of a slower week altogether. We only got 6 returns for the week. That's going to happen sometimes. It just depends on how quickly or how slowly people are signing. Also, if they're still signing, some guys are kind of shutting it down now because they're just getting bombarded with requests. So I try and get some of these secondary guys, the lesser guys, to add into the collection. Not necessarily big dog hunting. Every once in a while, I will try for some of the big guys, but I tend to prefer getting some of these guys that are a little bit secondary, lesser names. It's just kind of cool getting that. Today it looks like we're going to have a little bit of everything, just based on where some of these addresses are coming from. I've got a feeling that we're going to have some baseball in here. Definitely going to have at least one hockey return, and then the rest, I don't really know. As we've talked about before, stuff coming out of California and Florida could be pretty much anything. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we get today. So let's go ahead and get started up. I think the first one I want to start with is Carroll Stream, Illinois. I've got a couple of returns in the state of Illinois right now, or a couple of things out in the state of Illinois, so I'm not quite sure what this one is. I think it's going to be baseball, but we'll see. And yes, indeed, it is baseball. Dan Schatzeder. I think that's how it's pronounced correctly. So with this, Dan actually only has one Mets card, and this is it. So what I did is, in the letter, I said, hey, I've got more of these than I need. So, just sign one of the Mets cards and keep the rest for yourself. He opted instead to sign them all for me. So, I was only expecting to get like 3 cards back because I wanted to get the Montreal and Detroit card signed and then the Mets card, obviously, and then wanted him to keep the extras, but he decided to instead sign all of them. So, yeah, that ended up being 6 of 6. So pretty cool. Good way to start things off for the day. Dang, that's the second day in a row with videos that I've done that I've accidentally knocked over the tripod here. And so that you guys kind of know why that's happening, I originally, when I started doing these videos, I was actually just using a selfie stick that I kind of propped up. But since then, I bought like one of these little tripod stands off of eBay, and it was a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to sit much higher. So right now my setup is nothing more than a 2-row card box, and then I've got this tripod on top of it, and it's one of these that's got like the flexi arms to it. So I've got that set up and then my phone attached to it. It's worked very well so far, but I've just kind of got to be careful. So like when I'm doing this, I'm actually reaching around my phone. Like my phone is sitting like right here. And then the tripod, and here I'll kind of let you guys see. So that's how close everything is that I'm working with. So I've got the tripod set up. And I haven't really had too much in the way of problems with it, but and I'm just wanting to readjust this now so that I don't, number one, I don't want it all crooked and stuff, but I also don't want anything getting knocked over. So I think we're good now. Anyway, back on point. So that's kind of where I am right now. So 2 days in a row, though, I've knocked this over because, yeah, it is a little bit, I'm not going to say unstable, but it's easy to knock over because it is a tripod. Back to the thing we're actually here for, and it's autographs. So Dan, 6 of 6. And I'm actually going to say 6 of 3 because I wasn't expecting to get the other ones in. I really did want him to keep them. So nice start to the day, though. All right, up next, let's change it up a little bit. This is the one that I think is going to be hockey here. We got a return out of Phoenix, Arizona. I looked, and really I only have one thing that was coming out of Phoenix. And this guy is usually very solid, but oh, so this was not what I was expecting. All right, so The Mets train keeps on rolling here. We got a 5 of 5 return from Jason, and depending on who you talk to, some people say Jacome, some say Jacome. 5 of 5 here. So signed beautifully in blue Sharpie. Another guy that was a Met in the mid to late 90s there. He was a guy that came up through the system with them. And yeah, this was actually, I had seen a friend of mine had gotten a return from him. So I kind of piggybacked off of that, tracked down the address, and sent it out. So once again, my Mets monster box is full of guys throughout the 80s and 90s comes through for me. I think I may have mentioned before, at last check, I know it's at least 4, but maybe 5 monster boxes of just sorted Mets singles. So pretty much anytime I see successes coming through, unless it's guys that just have an obscure card, but if it's anything that's in the 90s, for the most part, I've got it. So, when I see these successes coming through, it's like, okay, cool, let me go ahead and send out. So Jason signed the 5 of 5 for me, and this was probably out maybe about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks at most. So another great return. So yeah, where I said that I think we're going to get stuff from multiple sports, now I'm kind of questioning that because I had forgotten that was coming through Arizona. All right, next up, let's go ahead and do California. Santa Clarita. I'm not even going to pretend to know where Santa Clarita is in California, so I can't really speak to what this one's going to be. But let's see. We will find out together, boys and girls. All right, cool. Baseball. Kai Cranto. This was a fairly recent address that I had gotten my hands on. And went ahead and fired that out. So another guy for the 2020 Stars and Stripes set. This is Kai played on the 18 under national team. So this would have been a guy that in all likelihood I would have seen this summer at some of the USA baseball events, but alas, was not meant to be. So we're having to rely on doing through the mail. Side note, 2 things. One is, yeah, I know that there are a lot of these USA guys in various capacities that are playing in some summer leagues. I've even seen where some are playing nearby me, but truth be told, I don't want to be that guy that's going out there and trying to graft these guys on some random field on a weekend and just kind of being the only guy out there. To me, it's just a little bit, I don't want to say creepy. It's just a little bit like, I don't know. I feel uncomfortable being that guy that's there. It's one thing if it's an organized game, actually, or, organized event, paid admission, things like that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to tend to leave these guys alone and just live to fight another day, next season. Hopefully things get back to normal. Also, this is something to let everybody know. If you do graft baseball in person and you are anywhere near an Appalachian League team, word came out over the weekend that Major League Baseball is actually, well, yeah, I think it's Major League Baseball. But anyway, thing came out, I think it was on Baseball America's website, that the Appalachian League is going to be turning into a collegiate summer ball wood bat league, but it's going to have a loose, like, affiliation / partnership, if you will, with USA Baseball. So this may be almost like a feeder league where they said that rising freshmen and sophomores for college are going to play in this league. So there's a good shot that there's going to be a fair amount of guys with USA Baseball cards, and certainly probably a ton of guys with perfect game cards, if that's your thing, that could be playing in this league. So it's going to be an interesting alternative. I'm fortunate that I do have access to some Appy League ballparks. So, yeah, next season is going to be very interesting with all the changes to minor league baseball and some of the consolidation and changeover to independent leagues and things of the sort. So who knows what next season is going to look like, but it is certainly going to be a change and a departure, and fingers crossed we're actually going to be able to do some autographing in person. And yeah, if we ever get to that point, some of these videos down the line will certainly have some in-person stuff that gets done, I think. We'll just kind of see how that goes. So on to our last video. No, this is not the final video. No, our last return for the day. So this one comes out of Tampa, Florida. Tampa, with that could be just about anything. Wrestling, baseball, hockey, football, you name it. Non-sport. So I have no idea what this one's going to be. So we're going to find out together. All right. Look at this. This thing is like, the tape was really hard on this one. Oh, goodness. All right, cool. So, we did get something that's a little bit different today. So, this is none other than Brutus the Barber Beefcake. So, with Brother Brudeye. I think one of my earlier videos, I had shown that I got a couple of returns back from him. And I had found another card that I really kind of wanted, the Disciple card. With the last time I sent to him, I had actually sent out these same two Topps Heritage cards. I just really like the way they look, and since he's got his rule of for $10 he'll sign up to 3 items. Really, the main one I wanted was this Disciple card because he actually did sign it as the Disciple, and it says the Disciple rules. I know it's kind of hard to see it, but it's on there definitely. But signed it gorgeous in gold there. So I came across this card, and it's a different one than the one I got last time signed by him. So this was one of the main ones I did want to get. So it's like, okay, well, there are 2 others that I can get signed for that. So went ahead and opted to get the 2 Topps Heritage cards. I really like the style of this one here. As I've mentioned in a previous video, this is a takeoff of the old Topps Big Baseball series. So that's awesome. And then the 87 Topps styled look. And this was actually the first set of wrestling cards when I started to kind of get back into collecting some of them. I think it was Dave and Adams had this big clearance sale on hanger boxes of that 2000, whatever year it is, 2017 maybe, Topps Heritage, and so I bought a bunch of it just to kind of stock up on it, and didn't pull any autographs, but did get a couple of relics out of it and some parallels. But it's been kind of neat because that really helped me with a couple of opportunities I had with WWE to get some stuff signed, especially with the SmackDown roster and NXT. So it was good to have those, and it's continued to do well for me. So to recap for the day, we had definitely a good day today, and we did hit up on a couple of different sports. So what I said to start the video was not an untruth there. So we got our 3 of 3 from Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We got 3 of 3 from Kai Caranto. And I'm gonna just slide this over just to kind of center everything up. There we go. 5 of 5 from Jason Giacomi. And then what we decided to call 6 of 3 from Dan Schatzter. So altogether, a very good start to the day. Good start to the week. In all, we were looking at, let's see, we got 6, 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 autographs for the day. So a really good start to the week. Sent out a bunch of TTMs this morning, stuff that I worked on over the weekend, and kind of branching out a little bit, trying to do a little bit more focus on some Hockey Hall of Famers that I haven't had in my collection yet. While some of these guys are signing, while they're hanging around, I kind of got a little bit of a hockey bug going on. Maybe it's with the Stanley Cup Finals, but wanted to go ahead and do that. And certainly there's still plenty of Mets stuff out there. USA Baseball, hopefully now with regular season finishing up, depending on what these guys do with some of these fall instructional leagues, knowing that not every team is doing them, and some of these guys have been sitting around working out at some of the complexes as they get back home. Fingers crossed we'll get some additional returns for some of these USA Baseball guys that are still outstanding. And, there's still some stuff out there for some wrestlers, people that I took a shot in the dark on, found some addresses here and there. just kind of those long shots, but you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, I do appreciate each and every one of you that comment, that give me feedback and watch the videos. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, certainly subscribe, tell your friends about it, and always reach out to me if you ever have any questions about anything that we talk about on the videos. I'm always happy to respond and give you any insights anytime I can. Everybody stay safe, have fun, hope your mailboxes are full of ink, and we'll talk to you again soon.